Hello friends, finally we have the ControlNET Canny for SDXL. It's here. You can download that from Hugging Face. I will place the link in the video description. And the Hugging Face page will be open. Go to the files version and you can see two different versions. Okay, Diffusion PyTorch model .fb16. You can download this model, or if you don't want, you can download the biggest one. But I thought maybe there is not many different between them. And also please download the config.json and place that near the folder. Once that you download the file, okay, you should go to the models folder, go to the ControlNet and place the diffusion PyTorch model.safetyensure, and also please place the config.json near that. About the config.json, I am not sure that it is necessary, but I did that. Okay, after that we can go to the ComfyUI and load the ControlNet. If you have joined my Patreon, you can drag and drop the workflow into the ComfyUI and then you can see the workflow. If you are not in my Patreon, please watch the video because I will explain all the parts and tell you how you can use and activate the ControlNet in the ComfyUI. And this is the result. For example, here in this sample, you can see that I use this image as input. After preprocessing, it extracts edge lines, canny edge lines, and this is the render. Okay, and here is my prompt. Okay, a cinematic photo of a contemporary living room is designed by a gold and luxurious style, and we have that. Okay, so let me show you how we can load the ControlNet step by step. Now I am trying to focus on loading ControlNet, okay, and I think that you know how to set up the SDXL workflow. If you don't know, please check my YouTube channel and you can find many useful information, or watch the video until the end, okay, because again I will explain everything step by step. But now at first I want to tell you how you can load the ControlNet in the SDXL workflow. Okay, this is the efficient loader. I use the efficient loader. If you don't know what is efficient loader, you can check my YouTube channel and you can find many useful information. It's here. Let me show you. ControlNet. Okay, watch this video about installing the ComfyUI and extensions, and after that you will have all the informations. Okay, here I have the efficient loader, and this is my positive and this is my negative prompt. Okay, so here you can see a ControlNet node, apply ControlNet advanced. Okay, I am suggesting to you to use the advanced ControlNet. Okay, how you can load that? Double click, write ControlNet apply advanced. Okay, and then you should connect the conditioning positive to positive, negative to negative, and after that again positive to positive and negative to negative. For loading the ControlNet, okay, you have two different nodes. One of them is load ControlNet model and one other is load ControlNet model diff. Okay, so what is diff? If you check that, you can figure out that this ControlNet is diffusion. Okay, so I found that there is a little difference between type of the ControlNet, and this canny ControlNet is diffusion ControlNet model. And maybe it's better. I test both of them. I didn't found many difference between them, okay, but maybe it's better to use the load ControlNet model diff. And how you can do that? Once that you have the node, let me show you. Okay, just click on this circle area, release the mouse, and from here you can select two different. Okay, for example, I want to load a diff ControlNet loader. Okay, and if you are using the diff ControlNet model loader, also you should connect the model from your loader to the ControlNet. Okay, so it's the setup. And after that, you should load the ControlNet here, diffusion PyTorch model dot save tensor. Okay, and also you need a Canny image, and you should send the Canny image to the ControlNet. How you can make the Canny image? We have two different ways. Okay, let me right click and show you. If you have installed the Preprocessors extension on ComfyUI, you can see this menu. You can go to the edge line, and after that you can see the Canny Edge preprocessor. Okay, but if you want to know how to install the ControlNet preprocessors, again, please watch that video. Okay, and if you don't know how to install that, or if you don't like to install the ControlNet preprocessor, right click, go to image node, go to image, preprocessor, and here you can see a Canny preprocessor. This is a default node that is coming with ComfyUI, and it is not necessary to install any extension. But actually it has a problem. The processing of this node is working on the CPU, and it's a little slow. Okay, but the Canny Edge processor from the preprocessors can work fast. Here I have both of them. Okay, and you can see that both of them can work. Okay, if your image is very large, this image is large, the dimension of this image is about here. Okay, 1800 in 1350. Okay, so if the image is very large, after loading image, send the image to the upscale node and change the size of the image. Okay, upscale image by, and it's a factor for upscaling or downscaling the image. After that, send the image to the preprocessors for extracting the edge. This part is very important, because if you use very huge image or very large image, after that it will use all of your VRAM. Okay, so at first it's better to resize the image in Photoshop, but if you don't have time, do this. Here we have to note, I load both of them, and you can test that. You can write Canny Edge preprocessor, and again Canny, not this one, it's one, this is for another one. Okay, here Canny. Okay, so you have these two nodes. For example, you can connect the image to Canny and this image to another Canny, and after, let me delete these nodes. Okay, and after that, click on image and make some preview image. For testing the Canny Edge preprocessors, I think it's better to select all your other nodes and press Ctrl M to mute them. Okay, and after that, you can see when you're pressing the Q, only it's trying to work on the preprocessors. And this is my image. Okay, after that we have to adjust the threshold. For example, here the high threshold and the low threshold should be different to see some more lines. Okay, and also you can adjust these two parameters. And also here, okay, it can see some more details, but they are not useful. You can see that this preprocessor is very fast, okay, but both of them can be used. So in this case, I like the result of this node, and I am sending the node. Let me one more time press Ctrl N to the ControlNet. Okay, so I have that. In the ControlNet, you can adjust the string and start percentage and end percent. So I am suggesting to you to change the string to something about 0.6 or 0.5 or 4, because if you work with the strange one, it can distort your image. And also about the end percent, I'm suggesting to don't use the number one, okay? Because until the end of the processing, it's trying to apply the canny effect, okay? But if you change the end percent to something like this, after that, maybe it's better. So now you can queue prompt, okay? Okay. And here you can see that it's processing. It detects all the lines. It detects about the, get some information about the counter of the keychain. This is the image. And it's not bad. Okay, so now let me simplify my prompt. Okay. For example, this time I need a contemporary living room and floor concrete, concurrent with red. Okay. And let's queue prompt one more time. Try to keep your prompt simple, because if you add many different things to your prompt, after that it can analyze that. But now you can see when I am talking about the redstone, then I can have that. But I cannot mix the redstone with gold and other things, because still it cannot understand that how to divide my prompts. Okay, but I have that, and if I increase the string, the result will be more similar to my image. Okay, you can see here I have this door, I have this door, I have the opening, I have this framing around the window, and everything is perfect. Okay, and this is the refiner stage. And okay, we have that. So it's all. For loading the ControlNet, I am suggesting to work with this way, but also I told you it's working with normal load ControlNet without any diff, and still you can use that. And also one time I want to show you what is the result with this node. Okay, so you can see everything is same. very, very, very similar. Yes. Really, I can't see many difference. Okay, so both of them can work here, but actually it was something new for me, so I decided to test that. But this is very important to adjust your range and end percent. Okay, so it's all. Now, if you want to see how to create all of these workflows from the beginning, watch the video. Okay, now I want to create the workflow exactly from the beginning. Right click on all of them and, excuse me, Control M. Okay, so let me start to make my workflow. At first, I'm going by loading efficient node sampling. Okay, sampler efficient. I'm using the normal sampler, not advanced. And this is the loader. In the loader, I'm loading my checkpoint. At first, I have to use the base model of the SDXL. And here is my positive and negative prompt. For writing the positive and negative, I want to use external reference. So right click on the node and click on convert positive to input and click on convert negative to input. Right click, go to utils and create a primitive node. Make a copy, connect the first one to positive and the second one to negative. Change the color to green and change the color to red. Connect the model to model. Connect the positive to reroute. Okay. Connect the negative to reroute. For example, now again I can change the color. It's very helpful. Connect the latent to latent. Connect the VAE to VAE and adjust the resolution. Okay. For the sampling, you can go with default value. It's something normal. Click on image and add the save image node. Okay, now I have to load the ControlNET. So ControlNET apply advance. It net positive, it net negative. Again, it should connect to the positive and negative. Positive to positive and negative to negative. Okay. So now I have to load my ControlNET file. I can use ControlNET loader because you figure out that the result is not different. And load the diffusion PyTorch. I need image. At first I have to load image node. I should load the image. For example, this one. Open the image in new tab. The size of this image is 1800. Okay, so I think it's a big image. So I am using image scale by, send the image to this node, and after that resize the size by 0.7 and Then I can send the image to a preprocessor for extracting the Canny. So here I can write Canny. This node, the Canny is default node, and you have that. And if you have the preprocessors ControlNet, also you can use the Canny. You can send the image to both of these nodes, and also you can create a preview from each one. And for example, let me adjust my threshold. Okay. By default, I think this value is working, and connect the image to image. Okay. Now you have write your positive and negative prompt. For the prompts, let me copy and paste my text from here to here, and negative to negative, and press Q. Okay, so you can see at first it's trying to extract the Canny edge line. The first image can generate on the fly, but the default node is little slow. It's in processing. The ControlNet is loading. Okay. Okay, we have the image. Now compare them. Exactly, it's keep the position of the opening of this door, and also we can see some tiles here, and still we can see the tiles in the generated image. It's very good, but also if you look, the quality of the image is not very interesting, and we cannot see some creativity for interior design. Okay, but if you change the end percentage, for example, to 0.6 and also the strange to 0.6, you can see that the AI can make some decision about this space. Okay, and now it can make some changes, for example, for the walls, for floors, for door position or other things, but also it moved some of the doors and other things, but it's interesting. And for the resolution, I think the separation should be rectangular, not a square. Okay, we can see some creativity for designing this wall and complete the counter, and still we can see the window frame. Okay, now I want to send the image to Refiner. Okay, so what should I do? At first, I am make a copy from the efficiency, change the denoise value to about 2.2, 0.23, about that. And also I need a loader, connect the positive and the negative to this loader. And this time I have to, I should load the refiner, connect the model to model, positive to positive, negative to negative. This time I'm not using the ControlNet between the loader and sampler. Okay, VAE to VAE, and this time the latent should go to this efficiency. Okay, and if you press the save image, after processing with the base model, it will send the information to another sampler for processing with refiner. Okay. Let's compare the results. The first one is coming from the base model, and the second image is coming from the refiner. And the details on texture, on wall, on lighting, and other things is much more better. So this is the workflow. At first, you should start with efficiency loader, and it's all. If you have any question, please ask me. You can join my Patreon to support me and also downloading some workflows. And I can help you. Also, if you need any face-to-face tutorial or conversation, I am available and I will be happy. Hope to see you. Bye.